Hi loves, and welcome back to my channel. So for today's video we're gonna go ahead and do my 2 and 3 week update video. So let's go ahead and get into some stats. I got VSG surgery on March 30th in Wildomar, California at Inland Valley Medical Center under Dr. David Suh. So at my 1 week appointment, I was down 11 pounds. For week 2, I was down another 4 pounds, and week 3, I was down 5 pounds. So currently that puts me at 225 and 50 pounds down. Woo! So as always, 30 of those were done prior to surgery on a no starch diet. I did have a 2-day liquid diet, and the rest has been since surgery. So to get into my 2 and my 3 week update, let's go ahead and start with some essentials as always. Essential number 1, good old milk of magnesia. So I was directed to use this after my 1 week appointment, and that I needed to have bowel movements every other day. So if that wasn't happening, good old milk of magnesia. Also, after 3 days of constipation, I was directed to call my surgeon. So that was that. So at my 1 week appointment as well, I was cleared to go on full liquids and mushy food. Under my doctor and his practice, let's see, I was okayed for cheese, any kind, including cottage cheese, no cream cheese due to it being high in fat. I was cleared for yogurt, plain and unflavored, regular, and absolutely no Greek yogurt. No fruit added or flavoring. Scrambled eggs only, regular and beaten. No hard-boiled eggs, poached or fried. I was cleared for baked and grilled fish. Examples: tilapia, halibut, tuna, salmon. No, not breaded, not fried. Canned tuna and canned salmon with a little bit of low-fat mayo for moisture. I was okayed for mashed potatoes, regular or instant, no cream added, whipped with low-fat milk. Cream of wheat, no oatmeal. Vegetarian refried beans, no lard if made at home. Avoid fat-free beans as they will be too painful. I was cleared for applesauce, unsweetened, all natural, no sugar added. Tofu plain, and avocados, sour cream. No fish, shellfish, pasta, rice, chicken, fruits, vegetables until advised. No baby or pureed foods. I have to ask about that because I wonder why there's no pureed phase. And it says eat 3 to 4 times a day, only 2 ounces at a time, measured, not weighed. In addition, about 50 to 60 grams of protein daily, that's drank. And then it directs me about being constipated. So that was my what I was cleared for at week 2 all the way until I hit a month. So my essentials again have been milk and magnesia. Now these little containers, I adore these. They are $1 for a 10-pack at the Dollar Tree. So they have round ones and more rectangular ones, but honestly those have been a lifesaver. I've bought them like 4 to 5 packs, and I have like my own little like baby Tupperware section in the kitchen. They're already pre-portioned, and so you are super safe and super efficient with these. And I went back to work at week 3, so these were super helpful to meal prep my little tuna and stuff like that. So to go through the list of what I was cleared for, the first day I went to grab mashed potatoes, refried beans, I already had applesauce. So refried beans was the first thing I tried. Now they did not go down easy at all. So I gave it a chance for the first day. I put a little bit of cheese on top. Really, I was just so ready for some texture, more than anything. After that, I tried mashed potatoes, which again, were very uncomfortable to eat. And then after those two not going well, I stuck to applesauce, and the next day, I probably shouldn't have, but again, I was really wanting some texture in my life. I went to go get some salmon. Again, the salmon was super uncomfortable, and at this point, I truly did not understand me or listen to my signs that my body was giving me. It's not supposed to be painful, you know. Erika, but I thought it was just something that, you know, you had to push through. It's uncomfortable, you're just starting to eat food. Definitely not. If you feel the chest pain, if you feel uncomfortable, then maybe you shouldn't be eating it. Note to self. But yeah, so those two were super uncomfortable, and I tried mashed potatoes maybe twice after that, throughout the 2 weeks, but it was just a no-go. So for the first 2 weeks, it was more so, or for the first week of me eating, so week 2, it was a lot of adjusting to now consuming 4 meals a day, but also trying to get in 64 ounces of water and 50 to 60 grams of protein. Now, protein. I was cleared for protein, and prior to surgery, I had a protein powder in the flavor caramel pretzel, salted caramel pretzel, something like that, from a Pro 7 line. That's found at like NutriShop. It was really good stats, really good macros. It had about 34 grams of protein, no carbs, no sugar. So I was set. I was like, I'm so happy I found something like this. The flavor to me was good prior to surgery, and then I was dairy free until surgery for about a year. As far as like milk goes, I still had some cheese in my life, but as far as milk goes, I only consumed almond milk. So after discovering that the powdered protein that I had bought prior to surgery didn't sit well with me at all, it actually made me throw up the day that I tried it. I was also on a vegan protein that was a pre-made that you can buy in the little packets already, from the brand Evolve, and I tried those and I couldn't do it either. I couldn't keep it down. So I was super discouraged because those were, one, I had bought a really big tub of this salted caramel pretzel, and two, I knew inside I did not want to resort to dairy. It's more of a personal choice, really, but I knew that trying things like Premier Protein and just like regular dairy protein shakes were something that I personally didn't want to do. But after about 2 days of not being able to take down any protein, I gave in. I tried the caramel Premier Protein, and I also went to Target and literally grabbed every protein I thought I could keep down. Anything from plain chocolate to, I also tried like a chocolate, vanilla, I forgot what other ones. It was like 4, and I literally sat in the parking lot of Target, opened up 1 bottle of each, and returned all of them. I think I took home 1, and the next day I returned it because I wasn't keeping it down, and I was just so frustrated and so scared. And the way that I explain this to people, and the way that I hope that you can kind of understand and maybe see why. So prior to surgery, we are all capable of chugging. And so I never really had to deal with the flavor of protein. Now it's something that was tolerable. So I did like the flavor of the caramel, salted caramel pretzel, and I did like the flavor of the Evolve toasted almond. But now, prior to surgery, now sipping with my tiny tummy, I had to taste the flavor a lot more, and it wasn't something I could chug, and it wasn't something that I could just get over with after a couple minutes. It's something that, I mean, and it still takes me about maybe anywhere from 2 to 4 hours to get down an entire 8 ounces of protein. I kid you not, I'm still fathomed myself. So it's like the fake sugar taste that I have to taste that doesn't sit well with me. And so that's what I couldn't deal with. All of those shakes, is that I constantly felt like it was like a sugar substitute, or just some gummy type tasting feeling in my mouth. It's just, it was really hard. And so I was totally one night just completely just stuck on what to do, really. I knew that protein was such an important part of my journey, and I couldn't keep it at a halt for much more time. And I remembered I had unflavored protein powder to put in like soups and stuff from Isopure. I had bought it online. I never put it inside my soups, but I thought that it would be something I could use to make a smoothie. So I did 1 scoop of the unflavored protein. I had PB2, which also has protein in it. So I put the 2 tablespoons of that. Since I was super worried about not getting my protein in, I looked at almond milk, and it literally has 1 gram of protein per 8 ounces. And I had heard about Fairlife, which is a dairy milk that has 13 grams of protein, opposed to, I don't know what regular milk has, but it's packed with more protein. So I caved. I went to Sprouts. I picked up a chocolate one and a regular 2%, and I said that I was going to go ahead and use that with my powders. So basically I was trying to make a super protein smoothie, and again, the thought of having to drink more than 1 of these was just like, no. So I tried to pack 8 ounces, as much as I could, girlfriend, as much as I could. So I posted this this recipe / info on my Instagram. My weight loss Instagram is pco.sleeved. And I've been posting updates on there daily almost, so you guys can go ahead and check that out. But I put the macros for this shake. Texture was a bit uncomfortable being blended, because the milk does create a foam on top, which you can't really tell if it's like liquid and or just foam and air. So I did that for about a couple days, and then I actually had support group, which my bariatric nurse does attend. So I asked her about the whole blending process, which she said was fine. It's not her favorite choice because it does put air into the shake, aka the foam, that it could be a little bit uncomfortable, and to possibly make the shake and let the shake sit for a while so it kind of settles, which I did do and does work. So that's just a little bit of a little tidbit. Like I said, drinking it right after making it was fine too. It just could be a little bit uncomfortable, but personally I think just drinking protein in general is a little uncomfortable, so really. After that, you know, personally, I structured my eating around my work schedule, or what I would be going to work on the times and the times I would take breaks and stuff like that. So I tried really hard to get into the swing of things the second week on my eating schedule, and it is hard. It is an adjustment. You're adding 4 times a day eating, 2-ounce meals, waiting 20 minutes after those 2-ounce meals, getting in your vitamins, getting in your protein, and getting in your water. It really does feel like an all-day task, and it's so easy to fall behind, and it's really hard to play catch up. It's not like prior to surgery where you can just chug your water at like 11 o'clock at night and make it in before like midnight. And likewise for your protein. So, and it's still something that I'm learning through, because I have sat there at 11 o'clock trying to get in 20 ounces of water, and it is painful, and it, you know, and I have gotten nauseous because of that. Now week 3, I did go back to work again. My little container saved me. This and a very small lunch pail has been perfect. I do have one of these like vacuum insulated water bottles. Now I have one of these for my water, one of these for my protein water, and one of these for my protein shake. I used to use blender bottles, and I have this on my Instagram. I used to use blender bottles for my protein shakes, but honestly, there's no way that you will be able to take down protein before it gets hot in a plastic container. So I still use my shaker bottles because a girl paid for them. So I still use them to actually shake my shakes up when I don't blend them. I recently have found a protein, or I've been trying different ones out, so that I don't have to blend it. You know, sometimes it's just easier and a little bit more convenient. So I do still get use out of my blender bottles, but I highly recommend, this is definitely another essential, is vacuum insulated steel water bottles. Also BPA free, you know, PCOS life, but definitely those have been such a lifesaver. I feel like I carry around like 3 of them every day, but you know, it does really keep your drinks super cold. I can put in a protein shake, leave it in the fridge, take it out, let it sit out, and it'll still be cold. So for someone that cannot take their protein down in a sitting or even in a couple hours, that is such a lifesaver. So I have gotten a couple of those. I've gotten all of mine at Walmart. They have such a great selection, anywhere from little 8-ounce tumblers to 32-ounce tumblers to I have 220s as well, and they're still reasonably priced because I was gonna go and chuck out like 50 bucks for a 20-ounce or a 32-ounce, and it was gonna be $49 on Amazon, girlfriend. And although I would love to do that, I have 5 of them now. I have one for my water, one for my protein, one for my protein water, one for my protein shake. Like, I would have already spent over $200. Like, trust me. It's really tempting, but it's the same concept. And they have cute ones. So I have this one, I have like a rose gold one, I have a marble one. Go crazy. So Walmart has a great selection for those. So I highly do recommend those. Now, my hiccup during week 3 was definitely the fact that you deal with a lot of constipation. So again, magnesia, but also it tells you to lay back on cheese and your protein shakes. So I made the mistake of not drinking my protein shake in the morning. You can choose to drink your protein shake whenever you want. I thought that it would be better to drink mine in the morning, because that's like, it's easier to drink liquids as I'm doing clients. So I chose not to drink it that morning because I was constipated, and I didn't want to fall behind on my vitamins, so I still took it. And one of my vitamins, my B complex, is better tolerated with food. Yay. As I swallowed it, I immediately was like, better tolerated with food. And about 15 minutes later, I threw up. It was my second day back at work. Luckily, I was working on my cousin, and my cousin was kind enough to deal with my life for those 20 minutes. But it's just a learning lesson. I can specifically trigger as to why I threw up. It was an awful feeling. I haven't thrown up in years. But I can directly see why I threw up. The vitamin says to drink it or to consume it with food, and I didn't. So it's just little things like that. I also got a really awesome vitamin holder on Amazon, and they come with a bunch of different colored ones like these. I really like this one because it's really deep, and I personally, for my calcium and my multivitamin, I do Bariatric Advantage. Sorry, I do Bariatric Advantage chews. So 2 of them actually fit in this, so it's really deep and really awesome, and it splits pills up really well. So you have a morning, a midday, an evening, and a night, and that's actually how I ended up splitting my vitamins anyways, so this was perfect. And my vitamin regime, basically in the morning I take 1 anti-acid medication that I'm supposed to take, I think, for 3 months out. I take that, I take my B12 sublingual, and I take a multivitamin. My B complex, I still don't know where I put it, either morning or when I have lunch. Then I do 2 calcium chews and my B vitamin. Then I go ahead and have 2 calcium chews, and then for my night I have my biotin, my acid reflux medication, and another calcium chew. So that's currently what I have. I also did pick up some iron that they told me to include it on Shark Week. Some people say to include it more often, but I think I might do a video dedicated to vitamins because at my 1 month post-op appointment I do have some more questions from my doctor, because I did get an updated vitamin list with some different stuff, some stuff I haven't seen, some stuff I can't really find, but yeah, so I will keep you guys updated on that. But that has been my week 2 and my week 3 on mushy foods. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. It was insightful for you guys, and go ahead and keep the convo going, and leave me some comments down below on what you're going through, how your weeks have been, and what you have found helps. Alrighty, so I will see you guys in my next